Hi, and welcome to this week's leader lesson on how to create a purpose-driven business. My name is Kristin Constable, and I'm a leadership and business coach to values-driven entrepreneurs who want to lead wildly successful businesses and also live a rich and fulfilling life. Because yes, you can have both. Today, we're going to talk about why creating a purpose-driven business is both good for you and your business, and how you can start doing that right away. So as always, in all of these videos, I want to take this abstract idea that we're going to talk about and give you actionable tools to be able to take whatever we talk about in this 10-minute video and make it work for you right away. So for today's video, there's a one-page downloadable PDF. That's a one-page business plan for values-driven entrepreneurs, so you can start to create this purpose-driven business that is deeply meaningful for yourself if you haven't already started. Okay, so let's dive in. So as an entrepreneur, you have a platform, an amazing platform, your business, to be able to create change in the world, to be able to have an impact outside of your immediate circle. So my question for you is, how are you currently using that platform? Now, wherever you're at with that question is totally fine. What I want to talk about today is if you haven't thought about how you can use that platform, or maybe you have, but it's not quite landing or lining up for you how you'd like, I'm going to talk about why it's really important for you and your business, and then also give you some powerful coaching questions to help you get started. Okay, so let's dive in. So let's start with why this is important for you as the business owner. I could talk about this forever, and there's a million different things, but really the most important, and the one I want to hone in on today, is around your psychology, around our psychology as human beings. Now, we know, if we go back to Abraham Maslow's famous hierarchy of needs, at the top of that pyramid, there's something called self-actualization. Self-actualization is the desire to live into our full potential. So just like we have needs for things like food, shelter, water, those types of things, according to Maslow, and from my experience this is true, we also have a need for self-actualization. So unless we have fulfilled this need where we're living into our highest potential, we don't feel fulfilled as a human being. So this is really important to get, because you can have all of the material success, you can have all of the things that you thought would make you happy, your health, your family, a thriving business. But unless you feel like you're contributing at a high level, something's going to be missing. So that is really at the core of why creating a purpose-driven business is good for you as the business owner, is it's good for your well-being. Now, something to remember is that self-actualization is at the top of that pyramid. So there's a lot of different things underneath that at least need to be at some sort of baseline in order for you to do the work you need to do at the top of that pyramid. So things like your foundation. If you don't have a solid foundation yet, go to last week's leader lesson on how to create a solid foundation. And when I give you some tips in there around how to make sure you've got a strong base so you can take on this work at the top of the pyramid. Okay, so that's the first piece. Why having a purpose-driven business is good for you as the business owner. Now, why is it good for your business also? Well, Simon Sinek in his viral TED Talk, Start With Why, has a really great insight around this. He shares that people don't buy what you do, they buy why you do it. Now, most businesses are really clear on what they do. So he talks about this golden circle, and on the outside of the golden circle is the what. So those are the things like your offers, your products, your services. Then there's the middle circle, and that's the how. And some businesses are clear on that. That's your unique selling proposition or value positioning statement around how you do what you do, why it's unique, how it's different from your competitors. But even that isn't enough, according to Simon Sinek, is people connect with the middle of that circle, the why you do what you do. So if you were to reflect on that question for yourself, why do I do what I do? Are you crystal clear on that? And are you communicating that with your clients, with your customers? Because that's why people connect with you and your business. So if you're not there yet, make sure you start to ask yourself and dig into that question, why do I do what I do? And the trick here is not to stop at the first why, because that's kind of the surface level, the easy answer. But instead, dig deep. Maybe ask yourself up to 5 times, why do I do what I do? Okay, let's go one level deeper. Why do I do what I do? Until you get to the core motivation of why you do what you do. You'll know when you get there. You'll feel it in your gut. It'll be like, yeah, that's it. So that's one piece. The other piece is that you want to start using your business to have impact outside of your immediate circle. So this is the link between having a business that is purpose-driven and also why it's good for your well-being. When you have this platform to be able to have impact, create a ripple effect outside of your immediate circle, and you're able to contribute to others at a high level, you will start to feel that feeling of self-actualization. You'll be able to feel like you're living into your potential and really having an impact on the things that matter to you most. So what are these things, and how do you know where to have an area of impact? Where do you know where you should be impacting? Well, this is where the Jim Collins kind of hedgehog model really comes in handy, because it's super simple and really helpful. So if you're not familiar with the model, it's kind of those 3 overlapping circles. And the middle of those overlapping circles is that sweet spot, and I'm going to call that your area of impact. So the 3 circles, the questions you want to consider for the 3 circles are, the first one is, what is the problem? What is a problem that you see in the world that you're passionate about having an impact on through your business? So just journal around that. Whatever comes up for you is totally cool. And that is just like a brain dump for now. The second question you want to consider is, what values of yours do you see reflected in that area of impact that you want to have? So that problem that you want to see. What values of yours are represented in there? So it might be things like humanity, it might be things like nature, it might be things like health and wellness. Anything that you see that shows up in that problem that you see, make sure you capture those in the second circle, which is really around your values. The third circle is around your strengths. So in this circle, ask yourself the question, how can I use my strengths? How can I leverage the things that bring me energy, that give me energy to have an impact on this problem? This is going to be your fuel, the thing that makes this fun and enjoyable to go after. So list all of those things that you see, strengths of yours. It could be I connect really easily with others, or I'm really good at bringing groups of people together and inspiring them. Whatever it is for you, make sure you list it out in that circle. So now you've got tons of data. And the data that you're looking for is patterns and areas of overlap in the middle of that circle. That middle piece is your area of impact, the place where you can have impact on something that is deeply meaningful to you, that'll add to your sense of contribution and allow you to feel like you're living into something bigger than yourself, which is all around that self-actualization part of the pyramid. So let's recap. First, creating a purpose-driven business is good for you and your well-being because you want to self-actualize and feel like you're living into your ultimate potential. It's just part of our psychology as human beings. Second, people don't buy what you do, they buy why you do it. So when you're clear on your why, the purpose of your business, people will connect to your story, your vision, your mission on a much deeper and more meaningful level. The third piece is you have an amazing opportunity as an entrepreneur because you have a platform, you have a voice to be able to impact things and create change in the world. So how are you leveraging it? So those are the 3 big takeaways from this leader lesson, some big, juicy, meaty questions to leave you with. And I want to give you some things that you can take on right away, as I said. So to get started, download that 1-page business plan for values-driven entrepreneurs. In there, there's some powerful coaching questions that will guide you on your journey to help you get started. And second, go check out the course called Takeoff. It's a brand new course I've created with a friend and colleague, Ursula Lipstein, And it is amazing for entrepreneurs and leaders who are taking on big work in the world but want to thrive at the same time. It's all about next leveling your impact and having an impact outside of your immediate circle in a way that is sustainable and allows you to thrive. So go check that out, register for the course if it calls to you, and I hope to see you there. And here's to you joyfully achieving in your journey to have big impact and thrive.